Hello, welcome back to my channel where we explore the cutting edge of science and technology. Today, we are diving into the most impactful developments in science and technology from mid-April to May 31st, 2025. Let's get started. Kindly watch till the end of the video. First, news about ketamine use and its implication. Recent reports have brought into light Elon Musk's extensive use of ketamine. This has raised concern about the drug's effects and safety. Musk, who has been a close advisor to Donald Trump, reportedly consumed ketamine frequently. He stated that he was prescribed the drug for depression. However, the amount he used led to urinary bladder problems. This situation shed lights on the complexities surrounding ketamine's use in both medical and recreational contexts. So ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic which is classified as a hallucinogen by the United States Drug Enforcement Administration. Originally, it was developed in the year 1960. It was first used as an anesthetic for animals. In the year 1970s, it gained approval for human use by the United States Food and Drug Administration. Recently, ketamine has been used for treating different types of depression. Recently, ketamine has been used for treating depression and other mental health conditions. This is especially true for patients unresponsive to traditional therapies. So there are few benefits of ketamine therapy, relatively safe, few side effects when used in low doses, and when used in high doses of ketamine can cause serious side effects such as coma, or even it is fatal. It causes death also. So fast acting, it takes effect within minutes and lasts up to 4 hours. Relatively safe. While ketamine does not have some side effects, they are usually mild and short-lived. Most notably, it is a hallucinators. It creates hallucination. Ketamine can be administered in various ways. In several ways, medical patients often receive it through intravenous infusion, nasal spray, or tablets. Treatments typically occur once or twice a week for several weeks. Started from once or twice a week for several weeks. Recreational user, however, may snort a white crystalline powder or inject it. Some even smoke ketamine. Each method affects the body differently, influencing the user experiences. The effect of ketamine can be deep. Many patients describe it as a reset button for their brains. So during these treatments, user may experience different type of visualization and a sense of detachment from reality because it is creating hallucination. These effects can lead to a temporary alleviation of daily stresses. However, highly dose can result in the K-hole. It can result in the K-hole. K-hole is a condition of extreme dissociation where movement becomes difficult. K-hole, a state of extreme dissociation where movement becomes difficult and hallucination is extreme, intensify. So the safety of ketamine use is a contentious topic. When used correctly, ketamine is effective and safe for treating mental illness, safe for treating depression. However, chronic use, particularly in high doses, poses different type of risk. Patients have reported potential addiction and severe urinary bladder damage. There is also concern about cognitive impairment, mental impairment associated with misuse, research on long psychological impairment as well. Research on long-term effects remains limited, denoting gap in understanding the drug safety profile. Second news is about MNX spike. MNX spike. The recent approval of MNX spike vaccine by the United States Food and Drug Administration, which marks development in the fight against COVID-19. This vaccine is developed against COVID-19. This new vaccine developed by the company name is Moderna, which is not intended to replace the existing Spikevax vaccine, but serve as an additional option for a specific population. So it is particularly aimed at individual age 65 and older than and those aged 12 to 64 with underlying health condition that increase their risk of severe diseases. NUXPLACE vaccine is a next generation COVID-19 vaccine. It is designed to be administered at a lower dose, specifically 1/5 of the dose of the current Spikevax vaccine. So we have to take 1/5 of the dose of the current Spikevax vaccine. The aim is to refine the immune responses while maintaining safety and efficacy. The vaccine has been approved for adults age 65 and older and for younger individuals as well. The FDA approval was based on a clinical study involving 11,400 participants aged 12 and older. The study compared MNX spike with the existing Spikevax vaccine. Results indicated that MNX spike was safe, in some measure more effective than its predecessor, than its Spikevax vaccine. Next spike vaccine is primarily targeted at high risk groups. This includes all adults 65 and older and individual aged 12 to 64 with at least one underlying health condition. So as with any vaccine, next spike is not suitable for everyone. Individual who has severe allergic reaction to previous COVID-19 vaccine or their components should avoid this vaccine. Common side effects may include breathing difficulties, swelling, and dizziness. Third news about Tianwen-2 asteroid mission. China has embarked on a pioneering space mission named Tianwen-2. It was launched on 28th of May 2025. It aims to collect samples from the near-Earth asteroid Camo-Oleva. This asteroid is unique and it acts as a quasi-satellite of Earth, which is orbiting between 15 to 13 million kilometers away. It is step in China's growing role in space exploration. It aims to study the asteroid. The Tianwen-2 mission aims to study that asteroid closely and collect approximately 100 grams of material. So it will use a suite of 11 sophisticated instruments, including cameras and spectrometers, to conduct in-depth analysis. Sample collection techniques involve three methods. The method first involves hovering near the asteroid. Second one, you use a robotic arm to collect samples directly. Third is used touch and go, which entails landing briefly on the asteroid to drill and retrieve to collect materials. The mission is set to reach Camo-Oleva in July 2026. After collecting samples, a module will be released to Earth in November 2027. So after collecting samples, a module will be released to return to Earth in November 2027. Successful retrieval would position China as the third nation to collect asteroid materials. Following the United States, second one is Japan. The mission is a part of larger 10-year plan. After Camo-Oleva, the spacecraft will use a gravitational swing by from Earth to travel to another targets, the active asteroid 311P Pan-STARRS. This body lies in the main asteroid belt and will be studied from a distance. So on 30th May 2025, the next news about the India's expand national artificial intelligence infrastructure. On 30th May 2025, government highlighted the leap in self-propelled movement in India's artificial intelligence capacity at the India Artificial Intelligence Make Artificial Intelligence in India's event, which helps in boosting compute power, data access, and indigenous artificial intelligence innovation, self-grown, help-grown, homegrown, indigenous artificial intelligence innovation. India's nascent compute strength new exceed 34,000 GPU graphic processing unit, 34,000 graphic processing units, following the addition of 15,916 graphic processing unit to support large-scale artificial intelligence developments. So, 3 startups are included in a new artificial intelligence model developers, which will develop India-specific multilingual many language foundation models under the India Artificial Intelligence Mission. These 3 startups are Socket AI, Ganani AI, and GAN AI. Socket AI for defense, education, healthcare. Ganani AI for real-time multilingual processing. GAN AI for superhuman text-to-speech capabilities. Open Data Push, it uses 367 data sets now live on AI course, India's AI Open Data Repository. Selected startups asked to aim for top 5 global rank in their domains. So public use LLMs, large language models, Servam AI earlier chosen to build a 120B parameter large language model for Citizen Connect 2047 and AI for Pragati. So India expands national artificial infrastructure, a major milestone in its artificial intelligence journey. India has crossed a major milestone in its artificial intelligence journey with national compute capacity exceeding 34,000 graphics processing units. This development is a key pillar of the India Artificial Intelligence Mission, which seeks to accelerate to elevate the development of homegrown foundation models, indigenous foundation models, and democratic access to cutting-edge artificial intelligence capabilities. Next news about Microsoft and Toyota join forces. Microsoft and Toyota both join forces to advance artificial intelligence innovation in India. So Microsoft and Toyota partner to derive artificial, related with the previous one, artificial intelligence innovation in India. At the heart of the collaboration lies a unique synergy, lies a unique cooperation. Microsoft trusted artificial intelligence tools, including Azure, artificial intelligence, large language models, small language models, and developer services will now operate a top Utah's high performance graphic processing unit infrastructure. So New Delhi on 28th May 2025, at New Delhi, 28th May 2025, Microsoft and Toyota Data Services have partnered to accelerate artificial intelligence adoption in India. Microsoft will bring Azure Artificial Intelligence Services to Sakti Cloud, Toyota's artificial intelligence cloud platform, to offer cutting-edge artificial intelligence capabilities to developers, to startups, to enterprises and public sector organizations across India. So this partnership brings the dual advantage of artificial intelligence modules, artificial intelligence apps, agents, and artificial intelligence development environment from Azure Artificial Intelligence. So a sovereign economically global benchmark artificial intelligence compute platform, which is enabling fast artificial intelligence model training and real-time inferencing from Toyota to critical sectors like agriculture, healthcare, education, finance, manufacturing, retail, and media. So it is enabling fast artificial intelligence model training and real-time inferencing from iota to critical sectors. Sectors are agriculture, healthcare, education, finance, manufacturing, retail, and media. So as of May 2025, India Artificial Intelligence Mission has received over 500 proposals for developing indigenous means homegrown artificial intelligence models. So together, Microsoft and Iota will work closely with the government entities, research institutions, IITs, and startups to foster homegrown innovation and accelerates the development of indigenous homegrown artificial intelligence models aligned with India's digital public infrastructure. So it deliver high performance, low latency AI solution hosted within India. Low latency is the ability of a computing system or network to provide response with minimal delay. The partnership will aim to pave the way to give the way for hybrid artificial intelligence that prioritizes safety, that gives safety, trust, and low latency. It will make cutting-edge artificial intelligence capabilities accessible for Indian enterprises of all sizes and give a huge boost to driving the nation artificial intelligence ambition. So it helps in giving a huge boost, a huge improvement to driving the nation artificial intelligence ambition. So in January 2025, Microsoft Chairman and CEO Satya Nadella announced a collaboration with India Artificial Intelligence, a division of Digital India Corporation, to advance artificial intelligence and emerging technologies in the country and establish artificial intelligence center of excellence and AI productivity. Together, Microsoft and India Artificial Intelligence aim to leverage artificial intelligence to drive innovation, enhance productivity, and foster inclusive growth across the country. So it helps in fostering inclusive growth across the country. Next news about PBAT plastic. PBAT plastic full form is polybutylene adipate terephthalate. It is a biodegradable, compositable polymers, biodegradable, which is composed easily by an organism present in an ecosystem. It is synthetic but behaves like natural biodegradable materials, decompose quickly in composting environment with the help of compost. Key features, what are the key features? It is biodegradable, use breakdown into non-toxic byproducts are CO2, water, biomass, under industrial composting condition, approved by standards such as CIPET in India for eco-friendly application. CIPET is Central Institute of Petrochemical Engineering and Technology, so approved by standard using as CIPET in India for eco-friendly application. It is flexible and durable, similar in strength and functionality to traditional plastics, safe for packaging, food and other sensitive materials because it is chemical free. It decomposes much faster than conventional old plastic, which takes 500 years to decompose. PBAT plastic decomposes in approximately 180 days. 180 days. So it is suitable for commercial use in bags, wraps, etc. So heat sealable and printables. It is also environmentally eco-friendly. It reduces dependence on single-use plastic. It leaves no toxic residue in soil or water. It supports, in turn, it supports Swachh Bharat Mission, urban and sustainable development goals. It promotes circular economy practices when used in municipal waste system. So these applications are increasingly used as carry base for everyday shopping instead of traditional plastic waste. In agriculture, mulch films made from compositable material help retain soil moisture and suppress weed growth. Unwanted plant is weed while being biodegradable and safe for the environment. Mulch fields is the thin plastic sheet which is placed on the soil surface in agriculture, field and gardeners to protect crops and soil. So in agriculture, mulch fields are made from compositable materials which help in retaining soil moisture and suppress weed growth, unwanted plant growth, while being biodegradable and safe for the environment. So it is used in packaging food and groceries, which is useful for ecosystem, for environment, or for human also. There are few limitations because it needs industrial composting facilities for proper degradation, for proper decomposition, which is not ideal for open littering. We cannot do it in open places. It must be used and disposed of correctly for environmental benefits to materialize. It is slightly costlier, it is slightly expensive than conventional plastic. For example, 145 per kg wholesale. Next news about Indian Space Situational Assessment Reports. The Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, released the Indian Space Situation Assessment Report. This report marks the state of space situational awareness activities in India. It aims to protect national space assets from various hazards, including protecting it from space debris and natural objects. The ISRO system for safe and sustainable operation management oversees these efforts. The ISRO conducts space situation awareness program to monitor, report to monitor and to manage risk to space assets. It includes close approach risk assessment and predicting uncontrolled atmosphere re-entries. The ISSAR is compiled annually. This report is compiled annually to inform stakeholders about the current space environment. So in 2024, there were 261 launch attempts globally with 254 successful missions, resulting in 2,578 operational satellites being added. This year marked a peak in space launch activities. Increase in space launch activities. However, the total number of objects placed in orbit was lower in 2023, primarily due to fewer launch events. So the ISSAR indicates an increasing trend in space activities, and there is a congestion in orbits, particularly in LEO, low Earth orbits. The establishment of the Network for Space Object Tracking and Analysis NETRA projects aim to enhance SSA capabilities. This includes deploying radar and optical telescope for tracking space objects. SSA means Space Situational Awareness. SSA, Space Situational Awareness. 3 on-orbit break-up events occurred in the year 2024, contributing to an increase in space debris. This marks the growing concern regarding space debris management. There is a concern, the concern is growing regarding space debris management. So as of December 2024, India had started 136 spacecraft, including 22 operational satellites in low Earth orbit and 31 in geosynchronous orbits. Mission included Chandrayaan-2 orbiter and Aditya L1, which continue to operate successfully. There is some collision avoidance measures. There are some collision avoidance measures are also taken place. ISRO employs collision avoidance maneuvers to reduce risk from close approaches to its satellites. They issued over 53,000 alerts for potential collision and executed 10 CAMs. CAMs means cameras in space, and executed 10 cameras in space. They have improved methodologies, have reduced the need for extensive maneuvers. So ISRO actively collaborates with international organizations to address space debris and ensure sustainable space operation. For this, they include participation in the Interagency Debris Coordination Committee, IADC, and contribution to a space debris mitigation guidelines. This initiative aims to ensure compliance with post-mission disposal guidelines, and it reduces the lifespan of spent satellites in orbit. So there are some debris-free space mission. This initiative aims to ensure compliance with post-mission disposal guidelines and reduce the lifespan of spent satellites in orbits. About future direction, it indicates an increasing trend in space activities. There is a congestion in orbits, particularly in LEO, low Earth orbit. The establishment of the network for space orbits tracking and analysis projecting aims to enhance SSA, space situational awareness capabilities. This includes developing radar, developing optical telescope for tracking space orbits. Next news about dark factory. Tata Sun Chairman N. Chandrasekaran in the TCS Annual Report 2025 FY highlighted a major shift in information technology and business services toward autonomous operation, which is driven by artificial intelligence, agent and robots, enabling dark factories. So it was driven by artificial intelligence agents and robots enabling dark factories. So dark factory is also known as light out manufacturing, which refers to a fully automated production facility. Fully automated production facility. In these factories operate without human presence, operate by using utilizing robotics, artificial intelligence, and IoT. IoT means Internet of Things for all manufacturing tasks. Since no workers are needed in dark factory, this factory function in darkness. This is the reason the name is given dark factory. No workers are needed on site. So this function in darkness. Dark factory, also known as lights out factory, is a fully automated manufacturing facility that operates with minimal or no human intervention. It's totally depend on robots, artificial driven system, and the Internet of Things to handle all production processes, including material handling, assembly, and quality controls. So there are few advantages of dark factories, a limitation also. First one is the uninterrupted production. Machine can run 24/7 without breaks, holidays, or shift changes. It gives high efficiency, reduces automation, reduce errors, and accelerate production timelines. It is cost saving because there is no use of human labor, leads to reduced salary, insurance, and safety related cost. Enhance workplace safety. Robots can handle hazardous processes, minimizing the risk of injury. Easy scalability. So artificial intelligence system can adapt quickly to changes in demand without retraining staff. Few challenges is also there in running dark factories. High setup cost, job displacement creates unemployment. High setup cost because robots are needed, infrastructure is substantial, system downtime risk, a single malfunction can stop entire operation. Rigid adaptability, unlike humans, reprogramming machine for change is complex. If we reprogram the machine, it is complex and it is time consuming as well. About this, there is a cyber security threat also. Automated systems are vulnerable to hacking and data breaches. So these are the limitations of dark factories. Now, next news about the breakthrough prize in fundamental fluid. Physics. The award was founded in 2012 by this physics Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics was founded in the year 2012 by physicist named Yuri Milner. To recognize those individuals, objective is to recognize those individuals who have made profound contribution to human knowledge. It is open to all physicists, theoretical, mathematical, experimental, working on the deepest, who are working on the deepest mysteries of the universe. And prize money given to them is USD $3 million, more than twice the amount given to the Nobel Prize awardees. So the 2025 Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics was awarded to 13,508 researchers across 4 collaborative projects at CERN. CERN. The prize worth $3 million was allocated to the Atlas, CMS, LES, and LHCb collaboration, recognizing their publication based on LHC Run-2 data. The prize was part of the 11th annual Breakthrough Prizes, which also included awards in life science and mathematics. So awarded to co-authors of publication, this physics the Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics of 2025 is awarded to co-authors of publication based on CERN's Large Hadron Collider Run-2 data released between 2015 and July 15, 2024 at the experimental collaboration ATLAS, CMS, ALICE, and LHCb. Indian scientists and researchers have played a significant role in the international collaboration ALICE, a Large Iron Collider experiment. ALICE is a Large Iron Collider experiment. CMS, Compact Mount Solenoid. ATLAS, a toroidal LHC apparatus. LHC is Large Hadron Colliders. So this prize offer grants for doctor students from member institutes to spend research time at CERN. Next news about TR1 cells. TR1 cell. Recent research has revealed very important, crucial information about the immune system's response to disease. Now, disease name is malaria. Focusing on a previously underappreciated immune cell known as TR1 cell. This discovery, published in the year April 2025, suggests that TR1 cell play vital role in mounting an effective immune response against malaria. An effective immune response against malaria. TR1 cells play an important role. The findings have implications for vaccine development and the management of other challenging infections. So they have implication also for vaccine development and the management of other challenging infection. About the human immune system. Human immune system is a complex network which helps us to defend against different types of infection, different types of pathogen. So it consists of 2 types of immunity. One is the innate one, which we get from our birth, and adaptive immunity is acquired immunity, which we get in our life. So innate immunity provides immediate, non-specific defense. Adaptive immunity, acquired immunity, which we get in our life throughout the life. On the other hand, develop a specific response and retains memory of a past infection. So this is crucial for effective future responses. Now come the roles. There is a role of CD4 T cell. CD4 T cell are important in the immune responses. They are classified into several subsets, including helper T cell. These helper T cell activates B cell and other immune components. The study specially focused on a subtype called TR1 cell, which were found to be integral in responding to malaria. So these are the difference between T cell and B cell. T cell of immune system matured in thymus gland mediate cell-mediated immunity, and B cell matured in bone marrow mediate humoral immunity, express B cell receptor. T cell express T cell receptor. And types of T cell and B cell. T cell have TCD8 plus T cell, which is cytotoxic kill cell. CD4 receptor plus T cell. Many types can help activate or dampen immune responses, lessen immune responses. And these are the image of B cell receptor, T cell receptor. So the study was conducted in Uganda, where malaria is endemic. Endemic means a disease outbreak is endemic, where it is consistently present, but limited to a particular region. It is consistently present, but limited to a particular region. It is endemic in Uganda, where malaria is endemic. Researchers examined children who had experienced multiple malaria infection. Children who had multiple malaria infection, they discovered that TR1 cell, although making up a small percentage of CD4 T cell, which were responsible for portion of immune response to the malaria parasite Plasmodium falciparum. This protozoan Plasmodium falciparum, if it is caused malaria, it is a fatal type. It causes death also. The researchers employed advanced methodologies, including single cell RNA sequencing. They used single cell RNA sequencing, which allowed them to track the genetic barcodes of T cell over time. They monitored the proliferation, swelling, and memory potential of TR1 cell during and after malaria infection. It helps in providing a clear picture of how this function in real time. The key finding study revealed that TR1 cell dominate the immune response to malaria. TR1 cell are capable of long-term memory. It is a very good benefit because it has long-term memory. It maintains their effectiveness over multiple infection. Unlike other T cell subset, TR1 cells showed expansion upon reinfection, indicating their specificity and adaptability. See, what are the implications for vaccine developments? Understanding the role of TR1 cell can transform vaccine strategies against malaria. By targeting these cells, new vaccine may be developed that enhance the immune response, which may lead to innovative therapies and adjust the immune system rather than directly attacking the malaria pathogen. So the insight gains from studying cells, the name of the cell is TR1 cells, may extend beyond malaria. This could inform research into other infection diseases, improving our understanding of immune responses, which lead to novel therapeutic strategies across various health challenges. So TR1 cell as a key player in malaria immunity. TR1 cell as key player in malaria immunity. So it's published in Science Immunology on April 25. This discovery could significantly impact vaccine development and treatment strategy, not only for malaria, but for other persistent infectious diseases. So our immune system, it is a we know about there is two type of immune system, innate immunity and adaptive, which is acquired immunity. Innate immunity takes a more targeted approach by memory cell that remember specific antigens. Acquired immunity is two forms. First one is the humoral immunity and second one is cell mediated immunity. Humoral immunity is driven by B cell, which help in the production of antibodies. About the cell-mediated immunity, it is largely dependent on T cell. It is largely dependent on T cell. Among T cell, CD4 cell or helper T cell are important, are pivotal as they activate other immune cells. Among T cells, CD4 cell or helper T cell are pivotal or important as they help in activating other immune cell, including B cell, cytotoxic T cell, and macrophages during an immune response. So they focused on the CD4 helper T cell in children and adults from eastern Uganda, where the malaria parasite Plasmodium falciparum is endemic. By around age 10, many develop clinical immunity where infection occurs without symptoms. Uganda children under the age of 5 typically endure 3 to 5 malaria episodes annually. They are suffering from 3 to 5 malaria episodes annually in a year. So using advanced sequence techniques, the team analyzed over 5 lakh individual CD4 T cell and discovered that type 1 regulatory cell. Type 1 regulatory cell means TR1 cell, not TH1 cell. Not TH1 cell. Type 1 regulatory cell, TR1 cell, dominate the immune response to malaria. Though TR1 cell constitute only about 3% of resting CD4 cell, they account for nearly 90% of all Plasmodium falciparum specific helper cell. A finding that compels a re-evaluation of what constitutes an effective T cell response to malaria. So CD4 T helper cell plays important role in controlling malarial infection, both directly as effector cell or by helping other immune cell also. They are important for controlling both the pre-erythrocytic liver stage and erythrocytic blood stage phases of malaria. CD4 T cell also have B cell produce antibodies and activate phagocytic cell to capture and kill malaria parasites. So the method enable what are the type 1 regulatory TR cell 1 as the dominant immune player. It identifies T cell memory potential, measure clonal fidelity, their accuracy in replication, duplication, then track individual clones across infection cycle over 100 of days. Next news about Mendel's pea plants. Mendel's pea plants. Recent research has finally pinpointed the genetic basis for all 7 traits Mendel studied in pea plants, which helped in solving a decades-old mystery. A team of scientists, according to a Nature study, mapped the DNA of over 697 pea varieties to identify the genes which are responsible for traits like flower position, pod color, pod shape. This breakthrough could lead to improvements in pea cultivation and enhance food security. So in recent years, advancement in genetic research have shed light on the foundational work of Mendel, father of genetics. His experiments with pea plants laid the groundwork for modern genetics. A recent study has resolved long-standing question about Mendel's observation, revealing the genetic factors behind traits he studies. It helps in revealing the genetic factors behind traits Mendel studied. About Mendel's early experiment, in the mid-19th century, Mendel conducted experiment on Pisum sativum, pea plant. He focused on 7 traits with 2 distinct forms such as seed shape, and color. His systemic approach involved crossbreeding plants and then analyzing the traits of their offspring. In the next generation, Mendel discovered that certain traits dominated others in inheritance patterns. Mendel work went unnoticed until its rediscovery in the year 1900. Rediscovery of Mendel's work, the late 19th and early 20th century saw the independent rediscovery of Mendel's principle by Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns, and Chasmark. These 3 scientists recognize the significance of Mendel's finding in understanding heredity. How the characters are transmitted from parents to offspring in understanding heredity. This led to the establishment of the chromosomal theory of inheritance also, and concept of genes as a unit of heredity. So it helps in solving the mystery. Mendel's work laid the foundation for genetics, as we all know, but the specific genes which are responsible for the traits he studied remain unknown until recently. Until recently. But the specific genes responsible for the traits he studied remain unknown until recently. So there is a genomic mapping technique. Researchers use genomic mapping techniques which helps in sequencing the DNA of numerous P varieties to correlate genetic markers with observable traits. The study identifies genes responsible for P pod color, which is linked to chlorophyll production, pod shape related to cell wall thickening, and flower position, among other traits. There is some application for agriculture. This research provides valuable tools for pea breeding, allowing scientists to develop hardier, more nutritious, more healthy, and more sustainable pea crops. With increasing demand for pea-based protein, building block of life, which gives strength, which helps in growth, the need to reduce fertilizer use. With increasing demand for plant-based protein and the need to reduce fertilizer use, this finding could significantly impact food security and sustainable farming practices. About alleles and dominance, Mendel research brought into light the role of alleles in trait expression. Each organism carries two alleles for each trait, one for each parent. One allele is coming from each parent because in sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. In many cases, one allele masks the effect of the other, leading to predictable inheritance patterns. This understanding paved the way for modern genetic studies. In many cases, one allele masks the diminish the effect of the other, which is law of dominance, leading to predictable inheritance pattern. This understanding paved the way for modern genetic studies. A recent study has identified genetic factors behind Mendel's unresolved traits. Researchers sequenced the DNA of over 697 pea plants variants, generating large amount of large amount of data. This analysis revealed a more complex genetic structure than previously understood, including multiple species and new allelic variants affecting Mendel's traits. The study confirmed the genetic basis for 4 of Mendel's traits. It is identified new variants that change flower color and pod characteristics. For the previously uncharacterized traits, researchers pinpointed specific genes which is responsible for pod color, pod shape, flower position. These findings highlights the intricate genetic interaction that Mendel was unable to find out, Mendel was unable to explore. So there is implication for future research. The comprehensive genetic map created by the researchers opens new avenues for agricultural research, provides insight to enhance crop yield, improve disease resistance, facilitate better environmental adaptation. The study's findings tell the importance of Mendel's work and its relevance in contemporary genetics. These are the few terms which are related with the Mendel's works: chromosome, trait, gene, allele, dominant, recessive, heterozygous, homozygous, Punnett square. Next news about the breakthrough in gene editing for rare disorders. Breakthrough in gene editing for rare disorders. A 9-month-old boy became the first known recipient of a custom gene editing treatment. A 9-month-old boy got the Gene editing treatment. First time he suffers from CPS1 deficiency, a rare genetic disorder that leads to toxic ammonia levels in the blood. This treatment was developed by researchers at the University of Pennsylvania and the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, utilizing an advanced technique known as base editing, a refined version of CRISPR Cas9 technology. The technology uses CRISPR Cas9 technology. CRISPR stand for clustered regular interspace short palindromic repeats. Palindromic means when we read from both the side, it is equal. Example, dalda. Dalda, if you read from the both the side, it is palindromic. So CRISPR stand for clustered regularly interspace short palindromic repeats. It is a natural immune system found in bacteria that protects against viruses. When a virus attacks bacteria, capture a piece of the virus DNA and integrate into their own genome. This allows them to remember and combat future infection. The CRISPR system uses guide RNA and the Cas9 enzyme to cut and eliminate viral DNA. Cut and eliminate viral DNA. The evolution of gene editing. The CRISPR Cas9 tool was developed in 2012 by scientists Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier. They duplicated the bacterial immune mechanism to create a gene editing tool that allows precise modification to DNA. This technology earned them the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in the year 2020. CRISPR Cas9 can identify and cut out abnormal DNA sequences responsible for genetic disorder. So gene editing technology for rare disorder, the technology we are using is CRISPR Cas9, which can identify and cut out abnormal DNA sequences which are responsible for genetic disorder. So gene transfer to correct the genetic defect, how to do the process. These are the few processes of the gene transfer or gene editing to correct the genetic defects. A significant breakthrough in gene editing has occurred with the successful treatment of a baby with a rare genetic disorder using a personalized CRISPR therapy. Successful treatment of baby with who is suffering from a rare genetic disorder, who was suffering from a rare genetic disorder, had given a personalized CRISPR therapy. This marks the first time such a personalized gene editing drug has been successfully delivered to a human patient, potentially paving the way for treatments for other rare genetic diseases. KG, an infant diagnosed with CPS1 deficiency shortly after birth. An infant diagnosed with severe CPS1 deficiency shortly after birth. Carbomoyls phosphate synthetase. There is a large amount of toxic ammonia in his blood. So customized CRISPR gene editing therapy developed by researcher at the Children's Hospital at Philadelphia and Penn Medicine. It was delivered through intravenous infusion, targeting the liver where the faulty defective genes was located. The treatment has shown positive result with the baby improving his growth and development. So this demonstrates the potential of personalized gene editing to treat different types of rare genetic disorders, offering which is giving hope for other patients with similar conditions. The successful treatment of KZ have paved the way for further research and development of gene editing technologies with the potential to create treatments for a large range of genetic disorders. So these are the mechanism of CRISPR Cas9. It functions like a computer, cut copy paste feature. CRISPR Cas9 function like a computer's functioning cut copy paste features. It includes cut copy paste features. It identifies abnormal defective DNA sequence and creates a guide RNA attached to the Cas9 enzyme. RNA attached to the which enzyme? Cas9 enzyme. This guide RNA locates the faulty DNA. This the Cas9 enzyme guide RNA to search the faulty defective DNA. So RNA locates the faulty defective DNA, allowing Cas9 to cut it. An enzyme will cut it. Once cut, the DNA strands can repair themselves. Once cut by Cas9 enzymes, this guide RNA locates the faulty DNA, which helps in Cas9 to cut it. Cas9 enzyme. So once cut, the DNA have the ability to repair themselves. But scientists provide a correct DNA sequence to ensure proper healing. Introduction to base editing. Base editing is a newer method that allows precise single base conversion without creating double stranded breaks. It combines a Cas9 enzyme with base modifying enzyme, enabling targeted correction of DNA mispairings. It combines a Cas9 enzyme with a base modifying enzyme, enabling targeted correction of DNA mispairing. For the case of KJ, scientists identified a specific base causing his condition and programmed the base editing tool to correct a defaulty gene. Challenges in widespread adoption. Despite the success, base editing technology faces hurdles because of its high cost. KJ's treatment was a one-off solution tailored to his unique genetic disorder, which complicates scalability for broader use. There is regulatory challenges also, which hinders the development and approval of such personalized therapies. The successful application of base editing provides scope for treating different types of rare genetic disorders. However, the technology is unlikely to become commonplace soon due to financial constraints and regulatory issues. Researchers must find ways to make such treatments more widely available. Next news about Boiko. The recent storm that struck Delhi showcased a unique unique process which is known as Boiko. A Boiko is a radar's signature of a line of thunderstorm that appear bowed or curved. This formation can range for 20 to 100 km in length and typically last between 3 and 6 hours. The term Boiko was introduced in 1970s by meteorologist Tej Fujita. Boikos form when rain-cooled air descends to the ground and spreads out, creating a gust front. This gust front is a boundary between the cooler air and warm moist air at the surface. The warm air is pushed upward, leading to the formation of new thunderstorm. This cycle continues, causing the bow shape as airflow bends the storm. So New Delhi recently faced a severe thunderstorm which winds up to 100 km per hour, forming a bow-echo, a crescent-shape pattern seen on Earth weather radar. So bow-echo is a storm pattern on radar that looks like a curved bow similar to an arcus bow. It is a storm type, MCS type, mesoscale convective system, a large group of organized thunderstorm. How it forms: heavy rain causes cool air to sink and spread out near the ground. This cool air forms a gust front which pushes warm moisture upward, creating new storms. A rare inflow jet strong mid-level winds pushes the storm forward, bending it into a bow shape. Bookend vortices may form at both ends of the bow, and another end can sometimes generate tornadoes. So these are a characteristic of bow echoes which associated with severe weather condition produce damaging straight line winds. It involves a series of thunderstorms that maintain a strength through continuous formation and reinforcement of rain-cooled air. Bow echoes are not rare in India. A notable instance occurred on May 31st May 2022 over Delhi and Noida with winds reaching 100 kilometers. Similar formations have been recorded during thunderstorm in other regions such as Odisha. So there is a relation with bow echo to derechos. Derechos. Derecho is a weather event that arises from a bow echo or multiple bow echoes. It is also characterized by strong winds can travel extensive distance, exceeding 93 km per hour and travels over 400 km. It is classified as a derecho. So advanced radar technology helps in identifying these phenomena, allowing for timely warnings and preparedness. Kindly like, share, and subscribe my channel if you think it is good. Kindly watch my next video as well. Thanks for watching.